What's going on, guys? As people start coming in, wanted to see how you're all up to. If you guys have any questions, or if there's anything on your mind that you want to talk about, or you need clarification on something, or you just want to say something, please leave a message in the chat. You guys have any questions? Any of the usuals in here yet? People are coming in though, which is good. Giles is here. Thunderbird's here. Hold on. Hello from Calgary, Alberta. How's it going up there? Riles, how you doing? How you guys doing? So I haven't seen you guys around, I don't think. Where are you guys from? I see Calgary, Alberta. You guys have any questions? I've just never seen you guys before. Feel free to just ask away about anything. We're under attack from our government. That's what happens when you give up your guns. That's the first thing that happens when you give up your guns. I believe it. Canada is a shit show. Trudeau. I mean, Jesus Christ, guys, he is the spitting image of Castro. Like the bone structure, everything. He's an asshole. I don't know if people like that dude, Pierre. I don't know. We don't get much Canada politics up here, but I do know that you got like what we look to you to see what's coming down for us. I'll put it to you that way. That's what we basically do with Canada. Wake, no backbone. Good, good. I've been around since Syncretism Society, just not chatty. I'm from Kansas City. Okay, Riles. Well, hello. How are you? Yeah, yeah, the Syncretism, yeah, Santos's thing. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you're here. All right. Never voted for him. Are you in the USA? I am. I'm in Florida, actually. I'm in Florida, and we're about to get a hurricane in 2 days, apparently. I started watching your work when you were talking about the Anunnaki. Oh, yeah, with Johnny? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. You should get into some of my astrotheology work, though. That's what this channel is mostly geared towards, with obvious liberal exceptions. Mostly geared towards astrotheology. Swirly's here. What's going on? All you all are new people. Just at the computer, so no text. Never could text without typos. Gotcha. Okay. What is your hypothesis on our experience after death? Depending on the idea of purgatory, you could think of as karma. You have to pay that back before you are to continue on. Now, I don't know how karma is decided, but I know that it's real. You pay your karma back depending on what kind of a person you were, and then you get sorted into where you need to go for your next development, or you can come back here, or you can do this, or you can do that. One of the main things though is that when you, as you're dying, if you see a white tunnel, right, with a religious figurehead in there or a family member in there, don't go into it because that's a reincarnation trap. What you're going to want to do is while you're facing it, turn yourself around because you'll be able to. You'll be an energy body. Turn yourself around and ask the universe to send you back to where you came from, where your spirit came from. There's lots of, and there's a book too by a guy named Victor Zammit, Zammit. And if you go on Amazon, his book is A Lawyer's Case for the Afterlife. Now, he was a lawyer in Australia, and he has $1 million challenge to anyone who can disprove the afterlife. And to my knowledge, nobody's come forth yet. And this has been about 25, 30, 40 years now at this point. He puts together what a lawyer does is he puts together a case to present to the jury to convince them to take his side. And that's what he basically did with a lawyer presents the case for the afterlife. You should read that book. It's got everything in it. It explains everything, how we are so much more. Many traps in afterlife sucks. Absolutely. But that's basically what it is. Now, for the religious people, the people who are stuck in their religion, if they were good people, they're going to be grouped with souls like them who think like them because they're going to have to be deprogrammed together. And that's been verified by a lot of people who have had NDEs and things of that nature. You're welcome, Riles. I hope it helps. Anybody else have any questions? Did you see what the Pope said, that all religions are passed through each God? This guy is trying to be the last Pope, is what he's trying to do. I'm surprised the Jesuits haven't killed him yet. Everything that he's doing is so anti-Catholic. It's just the first Jesuit Pope, right? And he bends the knee to the woke mob and everything. I don't think the Jesuits thought this through. Arturo Sosa is actually running things. He's the Black Pope right now. He's the Jesuit general. They're all sick. They're all sick. All of them. You don't get to that level unless you've done something sick. Will we see the underworld people anytime soon? I don't think so. Or if we do, it's not going to be anywhere near us. It'll be in like an island in like the middle of the Pacific or something. And are there giants? All right, let's do this. Let's do this. One second. We're talking about giants, right? We're talking about giants, right? Beautiful. Got it. Okay. Present. Sorry, I had to look something up first, but what you're looking at right here is a dude named Robert Wadlow, and he was born in 1918 in Illinois, and he lived until 1940. He died at 22. Now, he was a real person. There are hundreds and hundreds of documents, pictures of him. He was 8'11". The dude was 9 feet tall, and he absolutely existed. Now, the giants you're talking about are probably about 2/3 taller than him, maybe 15 feet to 30 feet, give or take. But giants definitely did exist. Now, this dude, he either had an enlarged pituitary or he had a tumor on the pituitary, and it caused it to flex like a motherfucker and just overwork throughout his life, and that's why he was so tall. But yeah, the Smithsonian is destroying giant bones all the time. So I just wanted to show you this dude, Robert Pershing Wadlow. You can look him up. He went to law school in Illinois. So let's see here. It's wild. Ronald Franklin is here. Hello. Swirly. Danny's here. Merlin's here. Title of the video. Title of the video. All right, guys. So the title of the video is 42 days. I have a major marketing thing that I am doing in 42 days. I'm not going to say what it is publicly. However, because I don't want it to not happen. That's the thing. I kind of snuck under the radar and got something pretty huge done. But that being all I'm going to really say about it, if you are willing to help me with it, just basically hand out flyers, I can DM you or you can DM me, and I can let you in as to what's happening if you're willing to help. But there's going to be like we do all these videos, YouTube, going lives, doing all this stuff, and we get people who are like-minded that listen to us, and that's great. But it doesn't really make like a collective dent. What I'm trying to do is going to make a collective dent. You know, shake things up, just big theatrical thing. So that's what I wanted to share. Is it illegal to destroy artifacts? Yeah, it is. But guess what? No one cares. Can we sue the government? You can try. The Smithsonian is the one that's doing it. Hey, Kim. Gary Wayne is good fun on the Giants. Check him out. Okay. They existed. The Giants existed. Not just some little BS line in the Bible. In those days, Giants existed and they mated with daughters of men and shit like that. So, I shouldn't be doing this right now, drinking iced tea. Iced tea doesn't actually hydrate you. The caffeine in it actually dehydrates you. You do not get hydrated by drinking iced tea. You never have. You never will. It doesn't work. And yet, what am I doing? So, whatever. Explains all the clans. Yeah. Smithsonian is gov. Don't believe so. I don't know if it's Rockefeller owned or who owns the Smithsonian. This has been written about, that they destroy artifacts. See, everything needs to fit in your nice little 6,000 year timeline, guys. Works for the Bible, then it works for archaeology. They'll tell you that the pyramids were built 2,400 BC or something to that effect. It was way before then. The Sphinx, too. They just lie to you. And then if you ask questions, they get mad at you. Well, fuck them. Faith is a fantasyland concept which promotes prayer when we all know nothing fails, like prayers in a children's hospital. God's incompetence is proven by the failure to protect the temple. Huh. I don't think you understand how manifestation works. And I don't think you, if you're going to take the God of the Bible and you're going to say that's God, I like it or I don't like the idea, without understanding what an encompassing creator would be and how that works and how negative and evil and sadness have to exist in this world. Have to. Because if there wasn't, and if God took it all away, what would be the point of earth if you didn't have to choose between good and evil, vices versus virtue? Everything has to exist. And with that, pain, suffering, childbirth, death, unfortunate death, terrible death, evil has to exist because the light reflects itself off the evil. If there was no evil on earth, there would be no way to understand anything. This is the story about the angels in heaven with God. They're all blowing their trumpets and they're all singing his praises. And what did he do? He got bored and created us. If you believe the God of the Bible is what God is, of course you're going to have a problem with the way you see everything. But to understand what a creator is, to understand. I'm going to show you because 2 people now have asked about it. 2 people now have asked about it. So, if you guys are interested in understanding what God is, I just sent you guys in the chat a link. You can save it for later. This is my explanation of what God is. And this is a much more encompassing and understandable, relatable way to understand this than whatever the bullshit Bible is put out there. Red hair and giants entire. Yeah, you know your stuff. 5'2", even my sons are giants next to me. They were giants next to you in 5th grade. "42 days, is that a countdown till election time? I don't plan to be in the States during the election." No. That's not it. Maybe some secret breeding programs going on back then. They were breeding dogs and horses, so I know slaves and how big they can get. That's what they made. And that's what slavery was in America. They took basically the most fertile woman and the biggest, strongest black dude, and they just kept reproducing. That's what they did. They basically took powerhouses together. Gave up caffeine years ago, but now I have a little energy now. Okay. Caffeine's not a bad thing. You get addicted to anything. You get addicted to caffeine, cheeseburgers, porn, soda, anything, right? As long as you're not addicted, it's not a problem. I was on a field trip in kindergarten and saw a giant footprint. I pointed it out to my teacher, and she just ignored it and moved on. Teachers are below the level of ignorance when it comes to that kind of stuff. This is the evil that the academic community is doing. This has nothing to do with teachers that may be dismissive or not. But, I mean, the teacher should have said something. Men have always known faith as a farce, a means of social control, state propaganda. The great evil of faith is it serving as a mask for insanity, and authoritarians' faith's crime is. Yep. But we're so used to it that anyone that speaks out against it is a heretic, right? Basically. Indoctrinating children with fantasy land. Thoughts on sidereal astrology? Me and my astrologer and Santos all like tropical. We're not fans of sidereal astrology. I've had sidereal astrologers on my interviews on my channel before. Do not. It's basically. It's 12 at 30 degrees each to make the 360 pi for the tropical astrology. For sidereal astrology, or sidereal astrology, it's the size of the constellations. So Scorpio is now 6 days. Virgo is now a month and a half. Ophiuchus, which it was made to put into it. We don't orbit Ophiuchus on the ecliptic, though. But Ophiuchus is only a couple days long. I mean, all the days change. They tried to change it a while back, and it wasn't receptive, and that's good. Gary Wayne has the timeline on them all along with the Bibles and the other books too. You're not gonna agree. He was on the same trip with a couple months. Okay. Note duality, note the walk away. Anyway, guys, so we're going to just know that something's going to happen soon, and very safe and peaceful, by the way, but it's going to shake things up. So, anyway, guys, so unless you guys have any more questions, I'm probably just going to take off. But I'm glad to see a bunch of new faces here. And I have my video in the chat if you guys wanted to see what I claim God is. Feel free to take a look at it, agree with it, disagree, however. But that's about it.